Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coriander Society Adventures. I'm your dungeon master and host, tormented by gnomes. Joining me is my phenomenal cast, consisting tonight of BeatDownBlvd, Necra, NinjaManMat, and Pods of War. If you're joining us for the first time, Coriander Society Adventures is a 5th edition campaign that takes place across a multiverse of fantastic realities. A lot of them don't look anything like the traditional 5th edition swords and sorcery you may have seen. Two of our heroes are from Northport, the city of adventure, a pulp fantasy fiction setting that looks like Earth in the 1930s, but with ninjas, gangsters, robots, lost temples, evil science, and all sorts of stuff. They've traveled to a world called Lacunas, where gigantic robots, mecha knights fought against dragons using magic, and they just got back from a jaunt from Pyre Space, which is a spell-jamming world of swords and sorcery in the stars. Today is the start of YOKAI Blossom, which is our Anime 5e arc, sponsored by Daisuke Publishing Company. It's an original anime-inspired world. We've got our guest star for the show, Necra. Welcome, glad to have you. And if this is your first time watching, I'm going to go ahead and give our cast a chance to introduce themselves, starting, of course, with BeatDownBlvd.
Hey, what's up? I'm Beatdown, as he said. So I think it's like, what do I do? Where can people find me? I'm a color caster for League of Legends. That's most of like what I do these days. People can find me on Twitter at BeatdownCast. I'm pretty sure it's on the overlay, and I think that's it. That's what I do.
All right, good enough. Necra, welcome to the show. It's awesome to have you here with us on our anime adventure. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where folks can find you.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to do some anime inception into the Coriander Society with all these amazing people. My name is Necra, and I am also an esports caster, and I cover games like Overwatch, Pokemon, and TFT.
Magnificent. Long time returning to the show, it's NinjaManMat.
Hi, everybody. NinjaManMat here. Matt, for those of you in the Discord. We're all Matt, for those of you in the Discord. I actually am not an esports caster of any kind. I've just known this DM person for quite a long time, helped co-create some of the cool stuff you've seen in Anakra, and generally just do my best to help out and bring some cheer to people's lives through gaming and whatnot. And also, I'm a dad. I'm very proud of that. You'll hear that a lot. So yeah, that'd be me.
Magnificent. Last but not least, Pods of War.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pods. You can also call me Janessa. I am a gaming host. If you saw me anywhere, you probably saw me on GameStop TV, where I hosted in the little TV that you see at the screen. Since that gig ended, I am now a CEO of Phoenix Down Management and Talent Agency. We work with a bunch of streamers to help get them like sponsored gigs and to help organize their life. So I'm pretty busy with that, but still hosting now and then. And you can find me whenever I want to stream at Pods of War.
They're pretty cool
Excellent.
streams.
It's good stuff. Let's go ahead and get our adventure started. If you've never seen the show before, tonight's going to be a pretty good time for you to start. If you have seen the show before, welcome to the next arc. Let's go ahead and begin. The mist from the waterfall rises up in ethereal tendrils, grasping at the stone spire from which the water falls. Petals drift on a cool breeze down from the top of the spire. The only path to reach this place winds dangerously, far, far hundreds of feet above the verdant expanse. A landscape filled with brilliant green and 1,000 different colors of flowers growing from trees, vines, bushes. You look out across the valley amongst the pools of mist. You will see rolling hills, the occasional village breaking up through the foliage, all of it completely covered by beautiful, beautiful plant life, completely overgrown. And at the very height of this stone peak, the sanctity of the moment is disrupted by the sounds of panting. Exhausted, fatigued, and the loud clank of armor. as a group of heavily armed figures trudge their way across the bridges over the streams at the very top of the stone spire, ducking beneath the trees still laden with spring blossoms. And as they go, a single voice carries over a lot of them, seemingly undisturbed by the incredibly strenuous hike that they just took. And talking pretty much nonstop. Come on. At least you don't have to swim up. Put your backs into it. Back rubs and baths for everyone when we're done. Hey, we pull this off, you'll be carrying me in a palanquin from now on. Won't have to wear as much armor then, less chafing. You know, actually, I bet if we pull this off, we can hire somebody specifically to take care of the chafing for you. Yeah, you'll carry me, and they'll give you foot rubs when everything's done. How does that sound, everyone? Good? The armored soldiers with their spears, their golden blossom helmets, do not respond at all. Instead, they just continue escorting the incredibly well-dressed, young, casual half-dragon with bright red hair, horns sprouting from his forehead, wings, and a tail behind. He messes idly with a chain covered with gold coins with holes punched through the middle around his neck, jingling and jangling as he goes, in a place he's very much not supposed to be. But as they climb up the sacred mountain outside, just overhead of the Botan village, they are not alone. Do they, or do they not, know this yet, Necra?
They don't know yet.
Okay.
But I've been tailing them for quite a while, trying to figure out what the heck these people are up to.
Okay. Where do we find you, having taken a secret path from the village behind the waterfall? A path that was revealed to you by the Botan mystic. It allowed you to get the drop on them, though you have a number of ways of doing that yourself as well. Where do we see your character? Or not see, depending.
I am wall climbing at the moment, just
Okay.
right off of the edge of the stone spire.
Okay. We'll go ahead and drop you here. You can hear them trudging up the hill towards the sacred shrine as they go. And the voice of Anayuri Orvi will not shut up the entire time. They don't seem to have noticed you yet. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me with advantage because you are particularly well hidden and the mist covers your tracks. Okay. A 14. Let's see if anybody notices you. Orvi stops for a moment, kind of sniffing the air suspiciously as the slight sound of a single stone crumbles down the spire. Roll a perception check for me. A 14. Are you peering over the side or are you lurking just below the edge?
I'm lurking just below the edge.
Okay, your sharp senses can hear him stop even as the gilded goons continue silently marching their way up the mountain. Do you do anything?
Not yet.
Okay. Not even so much as a hop, 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 hop. They continue to move on in total silence. Orvi, you pauses for a moment. You hear him go, to himself under his breath. Then you hear the flap of Half-Dragon's wings coming closer to you. What do you do?
I blink over under the bridge.
Okay, where under the bridge? You can use the ruler, or you can just move yourself anywhere within 100 feet.
right there.
All right. Nobody's seen you at all yet. There's a brief whisper. The mist is disrupted. And when Orvi flaps his head over the edge and peers down, there's nothing to be seen. You see him shrug, look around left and right, and then humming a tune to himself, he flies back up towards the standing stones at the very height of this mountain, a place you've never been before. You've never tread here yourself. In fact, this place is supposed to be off limits to everyone except the Blossom spirits. Any mortal who sets foot here is tainting this holy place with their presence. And that doesn't seem to bother Orvi at all. He just cheerfully flies straight towards the standing stones. Ah, this is it, boys. This is it. This is my ticket. Gonna fix everything and look good doing it. Unless I'm interrupted, the Gilded Goons and Orvi are just gonna keep on heading up towards the sacred stones. What would you like to do?
From the bridge, I'm going to blink up underneath this ledge.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can get a better vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna go over here so that once he comes up the stairs, I can surprise him.
Okay. Directly inside the tree. Now, your kind are intimately connected with the natural world. You can even exert limited control over it to a certain degree. So as you set foot, as you blink and place your hands inside the tree, peering through the blossoms, looking for a particular angle, you notice that the leaves of this tree are particularly sharp. And underneath the delicate bark, there's almost a glow, some sort of light, heat emanating through it. Orvi, however, does not notice and continues to fly ahead. Normally, he would let his goons do all of the marching for him, but he's eager at this point, jittery. Something's got him spooked. So he's just going to set down and start walking up these stairs, right past your hiding place.
As he walks by, I'm going to take a few of the leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to end up throwing them at Orvi's feet.
Okay. All right. We don't have this on your character sheet, so go ahead and roll your proficiency plus your dexterity modifier.
Proficiency for...
You can just roll 1d20, and if it's low, we'll do the... If it's mid, we'll do the math. If it's high or low, we won't do the math. A 9. Okay, well, that's exactly where we have to do the math.
Unlucky.
Okay. That lands directly at his feet.
As it does, I jump out from behind the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I say, Orvi, halt!
He looks up at you wide-eyed. Who does he see leaping out from behind the tree?
He sees Jisha Qui, who is a blink beast that has been living in the Botan village, who is very well connected to the head mystic of this village. And he also sees her human form. And her human form, she has bright blue eyes, long white hair, but there's something about her face that also I think still looks very mask-like, because she hasn't quite figured out the whole disguise thing, nor does she really care.
Mm-hmm.
But that's who Orvi sees standing in front of him.
All right. All of the Gilded Goons bring up their spears immediately, pointing them up the hill at you. And Orvi just... Oh, hey, it's you!
Yeah. Yeah, it is me. What are you doing here?
Me and the my esteemed compatriots, we're just taking a tour of the sites. I hear you can get a fantastic view from up here. You could probably see your whole village.
Your esteemed compatriots and
Mhm.
yourself are not allowed to be on this mountain.
Yeah, well, not allowed. It's kind of an other people thing, you know?
It's really not.
Ah, come on, Jisha. Nobody's even using this place.
That's not the point. It's
But
not yours.
But it used to be. It used to be. Look, you got that little village down there. The towers are nice. The walls are, that's all fine. It's good. People make a life for
Uh-huh.
themselves. But we can't keep living like this forever. This is a way gate. What'd they tell you? Sacred mountain, nobody enter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just to keep us from using it. Back before before everything else, they used to use this to bring in exotic goods from other worlds. Can you imagine the kind of pies we could have? The delicious sweet spices, the perfumes.
Oh, hold on. You're trespassing because you want to stuff your face with pie.
I mean, it's very reductive when you put it that way. There's a lot more to this than pie. Pie is simply one step towards a greater way of life for everybody.
That's the first thing you mentioned.
Yeah, well, I'm hungry. It's a long walk. We can't all just...
But you fly.
Yeah, but these poor gentlemen don't. They had to walk here the whole time. Maybe I want some pie for them.
I just ignore Orvi for a second. I turn to another one of the people that Orvi is with and say, hey you, why are you here? What did this guy tell you?
They look at each other. They shrug.
So you don't know why you're here.
They point directly at Orvi.
How did you get them to follow you?
Hey, they've got my back, all right? These are the finest warriors that the Onayuri family has to offer. Which is why, of course, they're with the best merchant that the Onayuri family has to offer.
Okay, hold on a second. You're not supposed to be here.
Right, but like I was telling you, it's all part of the vast anti-pie conspiracy. Let me just show you what I'm talking about, all right? I can walk you through this entire thing. Come on. When have I ever led you astray, Jisha?
Would you really like me to tell you? Would you like me to count on all of my fingers and toes?
Alphabetically would work best, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I can count more than 26 times that you have led me astray.
Okay, well, maybe in chronological descending order. Roll an insight check, please. A 14. Okay. You do not immediately notice the fact that while he's keeping you just talking and talking and talking, he is inching slowly towards the stones. But every single one of those opportunities was educational. You've only been training with the Bowtown Elders this entire time. You've never had an actual chance to talk to anybody from a different way of life. And I've got to tell you, there's a lot more to their life than this agrarian, rural, feudal existence that we're all stuck in.
This is
With
what we
pie.
like.
But I like delicious pie. And besides, not all of us like being farmers.
What is with you and pie? Okay, look. I have a job, and my job is to protect my village and its
Mhm.
spirits.
I respect that a lot, Jisha. Absolutely. I get that. I also have a job. That's to look out for my family's well-being. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to go on just a little bit.
No, how about you go do that somewhere else? And so I will blink to be in front of him, blocking him and the rocks.
It's like the exact opposite of nothing personal, kid.
Everything is personal.
All right. Come on, Jisha. Are you sure we can't just work
Nope.
something out?
No.
You're positive?
Yep.
Okay, well, then, guess we'll just go ahead and leave.
Go home.
All right, all right.
She turns to the rest of the men. And all of you don't have to listen to his bullshit.
Roll a persuasion check. A 9. All right. As you're
I'm not a
saying this,
charismatic person.
Orvi very, very delicately reaches up for the chain of gold discs, pulls it off his neck, and swings around towards you, slinging the whole thing, and individual gold discs go flying out in your direction in a massive barrage. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, it's on.
Oh, it is on. Okay.
A 14. That is not enough, and you take full damage. He's not fighting to kill, by the way. He's just fighting to knock you out of the fight. And it didn't roll.
Ooh.
All right. You get smacked for 17 points of damage.
Ooh.
And at that exact moment, all of the goons go rushing up the hill.
Oh.
Not particularly
boy.
fast in all their armor, but they all immediately start rushing up. Again, completely silently, just with looks of determination on their faces. What do you do? After he gets the drop on you, he flings the gold, and in that exact moment...
Mate, you forgot one. There's a little lonesome soldier down here.
Well, maybe he's, distracted.
Okay.
Okay. I will give you one action as well. And you can use a reaction if you want, because as he flings it at you, he's then going to bolt for the central stone.
Oh.
Okay.
You can use a reaction to make an attack of opportunity if you want.
Yeah. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna send him through a portal.
Okay.
Happy birthday to the ground.
So he goes running past you, arms outstretched towards the central stone. Describe to me what happens to this man.
So I just shake my head, thinking to myself, Orvy's gonna be Orvy, and there's nothing that I can do other than, well, send him away. He's not gonna leave. I'll make him leave. And so I reach out and I snap my fingers, and a portal opens up right underneath, right in front of him. Like he's running so fast that he has no idea that he's about to go into a portal and somewhere else.
Okay. He gets a dexterity saving throw against this.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, thank goodness there's a dex save.
He rolls a 4.
Well.
He's rushing towards it. Suddenly, this swirling disc of darkness opens, and inside are howling, chittering sounds, bizarre smells of a primeval, overgrown jungle, a place that makes the bloom that covers this land look like shrubberies. And you hear a, what? And then it closes behind him.
See ya!
The gilded goons all stop in their tracks, skidding to a halt. They look back and forth at each other. And then the stones begin to glow. The faint blue iridescence. Jisha, what do you do?
I start backing up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Gonna go back here.
And at that exact moment, the sky burns directly above the stones as all 5 of them light with shimmering pearls of bright blue light that streams upwards. It seems to ignite the sky itself, which burns away to reveal not the light of day that was shining down on you before moments ago, but a bizarre starscape with floating planets. And it continues to spread all the way down to the ground itself. The wind changes. The air becomes strange. It has electricity charged within it. As the world around you vanishes.
Whoa.
What?
What do you do?
That looks familiar.
I don't know what I do with this.
Glowing lines of power emerge in front of the stones, flowing from them. There's a brilliant flash of light, and then... Shoof. Who does Jisha see standing before her? Let's start with Beatdown.
Yeah. She sees Gastone.
And for folks who have never met Gastone, what does he look like?
God, I wish I could remember his height. You know, average, slightly above average, tall, dark-skinned male with a not a trench coat, but a gray suit and a hat, as the little icon shows. Very, very, private eye type of feel. Yeah.
Private Eye, of course, is a look for which Jisha has absolutely no context.
That's true. Well, she'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Matt,
Yeah.
who's this handsome fellow standing right here?
Well, that would be one Jonathan Carmichael. He is a human of. I thought that Beatdown was taller than me, but John's 6'1". He's got a slim build. He's actually put a little more meat on him than when they originally started, and he's got a bit of a fair complexion, although now that he's been back out in the world, he's getting a bit more of a tan, bit of a scruff around his face. He specifically keeps his appearance to where it looks slightly untidy, but like he wanted it to be that way. His hair is just slightly disheveled, as if like he got it styled and then kind of messed it up at the length. And he wears a dark blue suit with trench coat matching it. He has a blue and silver tie, and he has a leather satchel that he has hanging over one shoulder, a really wicked looking bronze revolver at his side, and a rather malignant looking red gem that sits on his chest. He keeps it usually tucked in under his tie, but for now it was actually fully exposed as he kind of takes in his surroundings. Not surprised, but definitely very interested.
And Pods, who else do we see standing in this glowing circle?
You see Asena, who is a very muscular human. She stands around 5'7". She has, dark skin with long hair. Sort like her stature is probably a little intimidating, although I don't know what this world is like, so it depends. That's contextual. But she has a friendly face to her. But she is quite muscular. She has green eyes. Normally she'd be wearing sort of like these tattered fighting clothes, but she just changed into a tuxedo. that Gastone had built for her. So
Oh,
I guess she didn't change before coming here.
Whoa.
You also see a dragon tooth necklace around her neck. That is green, probably not glowing at the moment. As for weapons, she carries around a shotgun. She's got a laser beam or ray gun. I forget what it's called.
It's your smart laser, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
smart
that thing
laser.
is huge. It's a
so
sophisticated
you
weapon
see
the
it.
size of like the Heavy's machine gun from TF2.
Yeah. And despite, all the weapons on her, you can tell that she primarily uses her fists as they're, wrapped and probably clenched as she lands in this new environment.
Also, the dragon tooth is glowing because you just crossed through a
Oh!
portal. So it's surrounded with a silvery, misty light that's glowing around her neck. Last but not least, in the back of the party, you see an elegant woman of average height with fantastic posture and poise, her hair done immaculately, her nails in excellent order, armed with a katana, a wakizashi, and a bunch of shuriken, as well as a not quite a cocktail dress because it's got a little bit more movement to it, but definitely form and function united. So yeah, these people just show up.
Who? I think her, Jisha's immediate reaction would be to kind of like get ready to fight, and just in case, as she shouts out, "Who are you? You're not from here."
That is
Asena's like
extremely.
completely. Go ahead.
No. You go. I like what you're doing.
Asena just like it was completely didn't even hear her or isn't paying attention and is just like, so I get props every time we go through and I don't pull us to like a different place? Because I
Yeah.
would like prop.
Absolutely. First of all, very excited you didn't send us to the astral. Second of all, very astute of you. Hi. What the hell's this?
What?
Are you bad or are you bad? And John first points at the I guess young human girl they see before you, and then to the small army brandishing spears behind her.
John, surely it's not that simple.
Well, we only just got here. We have no idea.
It's usually that simple. And Asena will put her hands up.
The armored soldiers, all of them wearing, again, gilded armor. Very nice, very high quality, wielding beautiful spears. They all just point at Jisha.
Well,
What do you mean?
we asked who's good or bad. It's not a simple. What about her?
I don't know how to answer that question because I don't know who you are.
No,
Why are you here?
I'm not sure
Oh.
you'd believe us if we told you.
Now,
Yeah,
hold
it's-
on, friend Gastone. We just got here. We have no idea. This being may have telepathic mind reading powers. They may understand exactly what we're doing here.
But then
Tell
why would
me,
they ask?
miss. Well, that's a good point. Apparently, these mute soldiers seem to indicate that you are the aforementioned bad. Why would that be?
Well,
They all start pointing at the stone behind you, frantically. Some of them hopping up and down, their armor jangle, jangle, jangle.
Okay, this is really not getting us anywhere. You armed guys, can you speak?
They glance at each other as if conferring and don't respond.
All right, white-haired girl, make your case.
okay, they're trespassing.
Uh-huh.
You're trespassing. This
Uh-huh.
is sacred ground for
Uh-huh.
my tribe. And you're not supposed to be here. I don't know what happened. A glowing circle appeared after the rocks started to glow, after I may have accidentally, no, definitely on purpose, moved their leader, gesturing to the people behind me. I kind of moved their leader to another dimension.
So this is your area?
Yes.
You're familiar
What
with this area?
dimension?
Yes.
Great. So you could probably help us. How about we get rid of them, you work with us, and then as soon as we're done, we leave?
Let's get through that first part and then we talk.
All right, deal. There you go, Asena. You have your bad guys.
John
Are you
investigates the
just
rocks that
telling
the
me
soldiers
who to
had just.
punch?
I'm saying there are bad guys. If you want to punch them, you're fully capable of making your own decisions.
I'm more concerned with the sacred ground part. Is there anywhere we can stand that's like not a problem?
How about we work that out also after this first part?
Let's get rid of. Jisha just kind of turns around and starts staring down the soldiers. Kind of gestures behind her. We'll figure that out later. Just don't touch the rocks. Don't touch them. Get away.
Okay.
John is examining said rocks and
Has
immediately
he touched the
recognizing
rocks?
it. I have not touched them. No, John has. I figured I'd preemptively roll an Arcana check. As John's looking over these, he kind of just, without even turning around, says, "Gastone, don't touch these." And
Okay.
without even looking around, young miss, I think that you have a choice to make. You are stuck between a literal rock and a hard place. There are mute soldiers behind you that seem to want you to not be here. You do not want them to be here. We're all trespassing, and we've all got apparently a lot of firepower that we're not discussing. So, why don't we figure this out? What is this that we're looking at here?
What, the rocks?
Never mind. You're not very helpful. DM, what is this that I'm looking at here?
All right, first off, ow.
My God.
Second, this is a portal. These rocks are
Okay.
part of a portal network. It's not the same network that you're familiar with, and it's got it's been dormant for a very long time. It was just activated, but you're not sure how long it's going to stay active. The effects are already fading.
I look over at, that's Edelvina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Edelvina, is this a one-way kind of situation? These this portal appears to be powering down. Are we going to be able to find our way back?
This is normally more your department than mine, John.
Well, yeah, but I'm not the ancient weather-controlling god being that sent
Yeah,
us here.
same.
Yeah, but you've worked with him for quite a while now.
Yes, and he remains extremely mysterious. One moment. She is going to go ahead and walk away. Just give me a second. She's going to walk away alongside up to Jisha and say, I apologize for our trespassing. Would you be willing to escort us to safe ground?
Yes. Happily.
Wonderful.
There are just people in our way first.
Asena has also
Asena-
walked up.
Yeah, Asena walked up.
Uh-huh.
She's going to try and reason with the soldiers.
Okay.
Who?
Asena and the soldiers. All right. What is the gist of your argument as
All right.
Etelvina and Jisha just or sort of stand next to each other and you walk between them to address the phalanx of gilded goons who are all facing you with their spears ready to go?
I mean, I see it now.
As she gets there, she panics and doesn't know what to say. She's going to ask them if they all want to hold hands. And just... I don't know. Go on a walk.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh my God. You know, my persuasion isn't very high.
They all look at you, they glance at each other, they scowl at you. You see one of them blushing slightly. He starts to put his hand out towards you, and another one slaps it, forces his
Darn
spear
it.
into his hand.
That
They
didn't
look
work.
pretty determined.
I don't know what you thought that was going to accomplish, but Jisha at this point, like, says, "Hey, Ken, you're up." opens up the lid on her fishbowl that's hanging from her hip.
Mm-hmm. She has a
And
fish
out.
bowl, by the way, with a fish in it.
Oh,
I
interesting.
see.
Oh, and out pops my koi samurai spirit blossom,
All right.
Ken.
So she reaches in, she throws this fish. Here, I have a fish. 1 sec. She throws this fish. Where do you throw Ken?
Right into the middle of this group of people.
Okay.
Oh.
There's now a koi fish in the middle of this entire group of people. It glows and transforms into a warrior armed with literal scale mail in the colors of a beautiful temple koi fish. Head of a koi fish. Arms, blade, and honorable combat of a samurai.
Ooh.
As Ken appears.
So Ken has.
Did you just throw fish?
Yeah, I did. Ken's
All right.
gonna deal with these people now because I don't know what you tried to do, but we need brute force.
Yo!
By talking with
Okay,
them.
it was going to be really cool if it worked, okay?
Hey, is that a pocket monster? What is that?
What?
What's a pocket monster?
Like a monster you pull out of your pocket and throw into battle.
It looks like a pocket monster then.
Roll an initiative check for Ken, please, and roll it twice and take the better of the two.
Can Ken only say their own name?
What language does fish speak?
Is this really the time for all these questions?
Oh, wait.
What, Gastone, you haven't done anything yet in all of this. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I would like to shoot one of the samurai guys.
Oh.
Oh,
my
where is
gosh.
my initiative?
If you shift
Oh,
double
I see it.
Yeah. And then Ken has a separate initiative,
Oh,
but he gets advantage on it. So if you shift double click on Ken's character, you should have control over it.
yeah.
And then-
Looks like Ken rolled a 21.
Ooh, gotcha.
All right, and we take the better of the two. So you're going to take the 15 because you don't have that special. He takes the 15 as well. Everybody roll for initiative. Shooting is happening.
Oh, okay.
Damn it. Forgot to click my token.
Yeah, same.
All right, I'll add you in. It's all good.
Thank you.
Oh, that's some cool music.
I've upgraded the playlist a little bit to have a few more thematically appropriate options. All right. Ken goes first. Is Ken wading into battle or is he giving an inspiring speech?
Ken can
Oh,
speak.
he's going right into battle.
Yajitsu! He draws his swords and he just go ahead and pick a target and he can attack once with his katana and once with his wakizashi.
All right. Ken is going to go after the guy. I don't know how, this guy. How do I do that? Wait, how do I do that?
Plus one
Wait, you're
XP.
muted. There
Is
you
he
go.
fighting to kill, disarm, defeat? What's his goal here?
I've pulled him out, so he's probably fighting to defeat.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Ken doesn't normally go for the jugular. All right. So you can roll the katana. You can just click on the word katana and it'll automatically roll the attack for him
Nice.
on his character sheet.
Ooh.
All right. A 16. They're wearing plate mail, full plate. They're all very well
no.
armed. So that first one misses, but he can also attack with his wakizashi. Go ahead and roll that one.
All right.
That is a hit. He hits the Gilded Goon for 8 points of damage, knocking him down. He goes tumbling over head over heel, and the minion is defeated.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
Not killed, but just completely defeated. Out
Yeah,
of the
just knocked
fight.
out.
Heaped over, birds over his head until the end of the scene.
Yeah.
Ken can also move if he'd like, or he can hold his position.
He's gonna hold his position.
All right.
Actually, no, he is gonna move.
Mhm.
He's gonna move over here.
All right. The goons have not acted yet. Oh no, everyone's ready at this point. Everyone's ready. No one's flat-footed. So if he does that, then all of them except this goon will get attacks of opportunity. So 4 attacks of opportunity. Does he want to do that?
Oh. You know what? Maybe not. It'll be fine.
However,
it'll be fine.
Ken has judged his enemy's combat capabilities. None of you are worthy! Lay down your weapons, and the mercy of Botan shall be upon you!
Oh, more like a Digimon then. They have full English.
Jisha, it's your turn. You have 2 actions. What would you like to do?
Okay. So for my first... Ooh. I think what I'll do first is... I'm just going to go ahead and put my right hand out this time, place it onto the samurai in the front, or the person in the front, and just do a massive force attack in his direction.
Go ahead and click on that attack on your character sheet, the tattoo strike.
Let's see.
Should be under your weapons.
Oh, there's so many.
Middle column.
Oh.
I know you're used to using a spellcaster. That is tragic. That is a tragically bad roll.
That is quite bad.
All right. You reach out, and as Jisha reaches out and grabs, puts her hand on this gilded goon, her tattoos, which are glowing with light, float off her hand and surge towards the guy. But they clang into his armor, jostling him around, but not doing any damage. You have a second attack or a second action. What would you like to do? Unless Chad has given you inspiration, which I think they have, in which case...
Chad did give inspiration, yeah.
Yes, you have inspiration. You could spend it if you wanted to reroll that attack.
You know what? Sure.
All right, we're going to keep the original damage, which is 18 points of force damage. But if you hit, you hit. Unless it's a crit.
Are you joking?
The exact same. I didn't, incorrectly program that, did I? No, I didn't. Okay.
That's so unlucky.
18 points of damage. And a 19 to hit. So, because these are mooks... how are you fighting to defeat, kill? What's the goal here?
Just defeat.
Okay. Because these are mooks, you take out 3 of them with 1 attack. Can you narrate that for me?
3 of them at once? Okay. So I pushed my right hand forward, place it on top of the knight in front of me's chest, and just the tattoos shoot from my arm into this guy's chest, sending him backwards and the 2 people behind him backwards.
They go flying back in a pile, and I really kind of wish that I had a bowling sound effect right now. As they get blasted head over heels. You have movement if you'd like to use it. Up to your move speed.
I am going to blink over to here to get out of the way.
Okay. So what does it look like when you blink?
When I blink, I think it looks like a quick flash of light from wherever I was to where I am or where I go. It's like a very quick blur.
All right. Instantaneously, whoosh. John, it's your turn.
John kind of shrugs. I think we could have resolved this a little better than just shooting him, but yeah, sure, why not? And John, kind of going along with the hyper cool mood of just running in and punching, charges headlong. He takes his coral rod out from the side of his satchel, and as he begins running, he calls water forth from the coral rod, extending it into his magical water trident, and then just lunges forward and attacks the first mook in his way.
All right. You go flying on the attack. Roll the trident of the shifting tides.
That should not have had Island's Bane, so please take off the Island's Bane.
Okay, so just 13 points of damage,
Just 13
right?
points of damage, yes.
Okay. And that is enough to defeat 2 of the minions. Which ones do you want to take out, and what does it look like?
He does pretty much the exact thing that Necra had done. He just lunges into this one and knocks him over here and just sends him flying.
All right.
Less of like a I skewer you and more like a I hit and then the water shoots out and then just blows them to the side of the mountain there.
You can see the guy getting the wind knocked out of him and making a face, but doesn't utter a sound as he goes flying. All right.
And
Anything else for you?
Chester's just hanging out on John's shoulders. Just
Well, there's a cat. Describe the cat for me, if you would.
yeah. Atop of John's left shoulder, there is a purple and blue striped. I guess you could say like jungle or savanna cat. Long-haired and just looking not bored, but definitely just chilling.
All right. Is that it for John?
That's it for John.
Asena, it's your turn. What do you do? There are 4 goons left.
Aw, man, there's like nobody left. Asena will move in. I think she's gonna go here because she's like.
That will provoke an attack of opportunity from this gilded goon right here.
Sure. That's fine.
All right. As you go flying past, he swings. 11. I'm going to guess that's not enough to hit you. Effortlessly
Nope.
deflected.
And she chose these people because they're closer to our new friends. And wants to show off in front of them.
Yeah.
All right. What'll it be?
I'm gonna attack this one right here. Okay, I can't.
Player 1 or
Yeah.
player 2?
This one.
All right. Player 1. Go ahead and roll. Are you making an unarmed attack?
Yeah.
All right. Send it. All right. Yeah, that is a sneak attack, and that is enough to defeat 2 of them.
Okay, so I'll kill those 2.
Are you killing them, or are you just knocking them unconscious? What's the plan? You can do whatever you like.
Maybe accidentally.
You want to accidentally kill them both?
I mean, it was a really big, good attack.
Okay. So Asena just vaults in and snaps some necks on accident.
She thought they'd be stronger. They looked like they could put up a fight.
Yeah, I mean, like, they almost... I guess that didn't happen. Or they resisted her magical energy, so I thought that they were a little bit stronger.
Wait, magical energy? You were literally just asking them to hold hands. What magical energy?
Yeah, that's magic, my dude.
Okay, that was a trick, you guys. It was a trick, but it didn't work.
That was your first attack.
My first attack. Can I use my whales from the grave?
Yes. What does that do?
I'll put a little speech bubble. As you nudge someone closer to the grave, you can channel the power of death to harm someone else as well.
Oh.
Immediately after you deal your sneak attack damage to a creature in your turn, you can target a second creature that you can see within 30 feet from the first creature.
That's so cool.
And so they just take the damage from your sneak attack, right?
Oh, well,
They
half
take
the damage.
half.
Yeah.
Okay. So half damage from your sneak attack would be 3.
Well, I think, do I have to roll
But,
it?
yeah, it says
or-
that you roll half the
Oh.
numbers. So if you roll like 2d6, you roll 1d6.
Yeah, what is your sneak attack dice?
It's 2d6.
Okay, yeah, just roll 1d6 then. Yeah, it says on there whales from the grave. So just go, if you click that, it'll...
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, I should have just clicked whatever.
That's
And which
so
one do you want to hit
cool.
with it?
This guy. This is way back here.
Okay. -4. Oh, I accidentally did -43. Ignore that. It's not that good.
Insta kill.
Okay, that was your first attack. Remember, you can split move and fire, so you could punch the guy who tried to take a swipe at you just by along the way. You can just gaga.
Yeah. We should
Alright.
we should punish him for trying to hurt me.
This will not be a sneak attack, but you can go ahead and just roll to hit this one with advantage if you flank, which you would have.
Okay.
Roll an attack with advantage.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, 25. All right, are you fighting to kill this one?
No, I'll be a bit. Wait, well, did this happen first?
If it happened first, he would have taken the sneak attack. So I think you vaulted
Okay.
over him,
Yeah.
vaulted over his poleaxe, knocked out the two of them down with a single like deadly strike, flipped back, just jabbed him with your elbow or something. That's enough damage to knock him down or out. Your
Perfect.
call.
Yeah. I'll knock him out.
Okay.
I'll be
All right.
a little bit more gentle.
Clobbered. And you still have how much movement left?
Enough to get the other guy if they want to.
Oh my gosh. Why? With my bonus action?
I mean,
no, just like with your regular movement, you were
Don't you
here,
move?
so you move at
Yeah.
like 45, so you're fine.
so you could land here and you'd be fine.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
All right, and this guy's just like, you can see the ghosts of his friends like starting to attack him. He stares at you.
And then I'll punch him in the face.
This is your bonus action to punch him in the face.
Okay.
Roll it.
Yeah.
And after taking that damage, pow! He slides down the stairs in a clattering racket.
Oh.
I asked you guys if you wanted to hold hands.
Gastone, you had, what gun were you going to shoot him with?
Atomic ray.
Your atomic ray. So I like that Gaston sighs, pulls out his atomic ray. Everybody sees this. There's a cloud of cartoon violence. He's got it aimed at them, and just everybody's been slapped. At that moment, the light from the waystones fades. It
Did we break it?
flickers.
Were we able to see that planetoid over here?
Yes, you actually saw multiple worlds.
Ah,
Roll a, as it, you know what, let me go ahead and put it back to space mode.
yeah.
Everyone has one last action before we resume from space mode to normal mode.
Okay. I'd like to see if I can
What's
notice what
space
these worlds
mode?
are.
Okay, roll a Arcana or Perception check.
It would be a 29 for perception.
Okay. John, this portal is part of its own network. It's a separate network.
Oh.
And you can see multiple worlds. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 other worlds.
So
one
John
of-
can surmise that one for each of these stones has a world.
Yes.
And likely the center one is this world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Of these worlds, one of them is beautiful, radiant, and surrounded by a silvery ring. One of them is heat blasted on the sun on one side and completely tidally locked, so the other side never sees the sun, but it's racked with lava. Looks like a rather difficult and unpleasant place. One of the remaining ones looks Earth-like, and the fourth one looks kind of dead, but not like it used to be. So that's what you see. Jisha, you've never seen this before. You've never seen any of this before. Each of you can take one other action before this vision fades and the waystones are deactivated.
What does my dynamic powers vegetation do again?
Basically, whatever you want. However, it's limited to 30 feet, vegetation within 30 feet of you. And it is unpredictable, and it can have unpredicted effects, and you have to concentrate on it to make it work. You have an innate primal connection to nature. What would you like to do with it?
Mostly just check out what's going on with, I guess, the plants around us, because they look very different and unusual.
All right, so you just want to sort of focus on them. Roll a wisdom check for me.
Ooh.
Just a flat wisdom check. 19, a dirty 19. That's fantastic. Okay. These plants, some of them are from the woods where you were originally from. But two of them, the ones closest to these strangers, are not. They barely even feel like plants at all. They feel alive. They feel like they're full of fire. You've never seen anything like this before.
Behold, an act of God.
Hello.
Wow.
I should have deployed an action one during our fight, but I got to see squirrel. Something shiny. Asena notices an interesting object, but acquiring it could make your life worse. So here's how this is going to work.
Oh,
As
goodness.
Jisha reaches out to the plants around her, Asena, you also have sort of a primal connection to vegetation and such. And you sort of feel this energy, this presence, this communication flowing towards you. And as you do, you notice that the bark of these two trees is splitting open and glowing with red, hot heat inside of it.
Whoa. I mean, who could resist such a thing?
Okay, so what do you?
I thought we left 10 Kobo back in Pyre space. What's going on?
Okay, Jisha, you've reached out with your powers. You've noticed them interacting strangely with that one, the woman in the suit. And in response, the bark of the trees begins to peel open and there's fire inside of them. You can have one more partial action if you have something in mind.
I think I would look over at the woman in the suit and go, but, did you do something to these plants?
I didn't do anything. Should we go check it out? I want to go check it out.
Asena, are you moving to check it out?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself on the map.
I didn't know where you pointed.
These two trees right here.
Which one's fiery?
Both.
Oh. I'll go to this one.
Okay.
Oh.
Gastone, before we resolve the consequences of your actions, what would you like to do?
I'd like to see the consequences of our actions.
Okay. Before the world can return to normal, Asena, you run up to the tree with the fiery branches. Are you doing anything with it?
Can I touch it?
Absolutely. Okay. It is hot. It is hot to the touch. And the leaves are razor sharp. And the whole thing moves and surrounds you as its branches loom over you. The tree creaks and groans, and the heat in the area becomes blistering.
It's trying to hug me.
What? What do you mean it's trying to hug you?
Can we see this?
Yes, you can all see this. This is not an Asena-related hallucination.
Asena, trust me, don't go fucking with weird trees. Maybe if you take the fire and run or get out of there.
Take the fire?
That's what you're interested in, right?
I will try to take the fire.
Okay, how are you going to try to take the fire? Are you physically reaching in and removing it? What's the plan here?
So there's something glowy in the center, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to reach my hand in there.
Okay.
See if I can grab something.
All right. Jisha, are you
Pull
doing
it out.
anything while this happens?
I don't know if there's anything I can do.
Whatever you have in mind, you see her reaching into the tree to pull out whatever the glow is in it.
I don't think I would touch that. I don't. I think it's probably sacred.
Okay.
I think.
And the tree.
Can John cast a spell?
Yeah,
before
John
this
can
happens?
cast a spell.
John moves up, grasping hold of the infernal talisman, and puts a hand on Asena's shoulder. He speaks a few words, and she feels this infusion of almost like she just had like an alcoholic drink, this rush as she feels like her blood has been alighted for a moment as John grants her fire resistance.
Ooh, okay. Do you have to roll anything to resist the effects of the talisman as he grabs this baleful red jewel around his neck?
I don't, not unless, hold on, there is a reason. Let me find out where.
Okay.
When John uses a reaction in order to
Got
help an
it.
ally, but when he casts
Okay.
spells, no. Spells are fine, but when he uses the reaction to make them help on a saving throw, that's when it gets bad.
Okay. All right. All right.
Or if he
all right.
tries to take it off, it gets bad.
Okay.
Don't I have fire resistance?
Do you have
Do you?
fire resistance from
Oh,
what?
I didn't. Do you? Oh, wait. I think
From
you
the
did
tooth.
get fire.
From the tooth, its power's amplified.
Oh, well, then never
Yeah.
mind. If you have fire resistance, then I can't help beyond that. So never mind.
All right, do you have fire resistance?
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
why I'm being brazen with the fire. I'm hoping it's fire.
Gastone, are you doing anything?
Can I also touch the fire? Is that like, am
You
I
can
gonna
move up
burn?
and you can touch the fire if you'd like.
I would like to.
Okay, I
Okay.
give Gastone fire resistance.
Okay. Go ahead
Oh,
and
is
move
that- is
yourself
that-
up.
Is that what that is? Am I not supposed to touch it?
Nobody knows.
I mean,
Nobody
it's
has-
fire.
Not even the local has any context for what you're
Glowy.
doing.
Huh. Is there like a... Am I able to take a piece of fire? Is that a thing?
In a
A
moment.
tiny piece?
First, the tree's bark parts, and there's an incredible roar, like the roar of a dragon's breath. As it breathes a gout of flame on all of you. Everybody except for... Where's Jisha? Yeah, everyone except for Jisha, roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh my god.
Can I just, I was going to say, I was moving down when this was happening. I was going to lean over and be like, asking Jisha, I know this seems weird, but is this safe? So am I still in the
Yeah,
range?
no, you
if I move-
moved because you're going to ask that, and then as she's responding, it's going to breathe fire on you because that's
Okay.
funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
All right, what would Jisha have said if she'd actually had a chance to finish her sentence?
I think she would have said, "I don't think that's safe." And then all of a sudden, I guess the fire erupts.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm messing with a template here. Just to see who all gets got.
Mate, you said that the other tree, this tree behind me, is also doing that, right?
Yes.
Well, we didn't touch it.
Well, we haven't yet. Oh, goodness.
I see.
An enormous gout of flame engulfs literally everybody.
Oh my god.
So if you didn't already make a dexterity saving throw, now is the time.
At least my fish is fine.
Yes,
Well-
Ken is out of the area of effect.
In for a penny, in for a pound. John, seeing that this thing's about to explode, he turns around and reaches in to grab the fire from the other tree.
Might as well.
I mean, if we're already going to get fire blasted, might as well just get fire blasted, you know?
All right.
Wait.
So,
I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Is that for
Okay.
one or for two?
that's for one, but only one of them is
Oh,
breathing fire
my.
on you.
Oh, my.
The one that you
okay.
tried to rip the fire out of.
Okay.
Yeah, so the DC on that, just to let you know whether or not you succeeded or failed, the DC on that was 15. So if you
So not 10.
not 10. So if you failed and you don't have fire resistance, enjoy 52 points of damage.
So, John's going to use
Yeah.
a reaction. and activate his absorbing tattoo. He goes from having resistance to immunity to fire for this attack.
Okay, so he hits a tattoo, not unlike those, a different style, but similarly, Jisha hits a tattoo on his body, and the fire gets drained into it instead of consuming him from all around. And Etelvina has evasion.
Mate, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, half the damage that I take on fire, I can regain as hit points, but considering my friends are about to get toasted, could I spend an inspiration to transfer that healing to them?
Yes, you can do that.
Perfect. Yeah, John's going to do exactly that.
Okay, so has everybody deducted whatever damage they took from this?
Can I use an inspiration for this deck save?
Did you? Yeah, absolutely. Please go ahead and do so if you haven't already.
Yeah, I'm blinking out of there.
Okay, you just
I-
blink. You just teleport out of the area instinctually. So go ahead and move yourself.
I would also like to use an inspiration.
Okay, you barely duck in time and you'll take half damage, which is 26. And if you've got resistance, that's 13.
Nice. Shout out, John.
Asena, you just beefed it, right?
Remember, everybody has 14
Yeah.
temporary hit points because John would have given a big old speech before rolling up into here.
All right.
Oh,
But so you're going to take half damage. So you take 26 points of damage less the 14 temp hit points. So you take 12 points of damage at the end of the day.
But I also have evasion.
Oh, well, then you take half of damage. So you take 26 damage, which would be 13 damage, which would be completely negated by the temporary hit points. So you're just standing
Thanks,
there
John.
getting your.
I'm fine. But did I get anything out of the tree, though?
Ken is standing directly next to the huge gout of fire, just blinking with those fish eyes. Yes, you have pulled a heaping handful of burning hot sap from the tree.
Oh. Is this good for anything? I have healed the tree.
Everybody get back. I want to do the same thing. And John plunges his hand into the tree as soon as everyone starts to scramble away.
Everyone else is welcome to narrate whatever choices you need to make as he's doing the exact same thing.
Chester, having hit behind John's back during that, runs off to the side when John begins going after fire.
Okay.
I think I
As-
called Ken back.
Actually, Chester runs over and like scrambles up to Jisha.
Mhm. All right. The purple cat scrambles over to Jisha.
Oh. Hello.
He's
Alright.
nice, I promise. I'm gonna, while still holding the sap, I'm gonna like somersault over here to where I think the fire won't.
Yeah, Gastone, you better move. And John reaches in to
Oh.
grab the fire before whatever this is no longer whatever this is. Does it blow up or is this one different?
Servant of the Queen, our gift is yours.
Excuse me.
Why does the tree like you?
Was that just in my head or was that everywhere?
That was in Draconic.
Oh, so that's why I understood it.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you don't speak Draconic, you just heard.
Well, John replies in Draconic, "Thank you kindly," or "Danosker."
All right. And that with that. Oh, nope. I did a bad thing. With that, the world returns to normal. The celestial skyscape is gone, leaving you standing on top of a very tall, verdant green stone spire with a narrow set of ledges and bridges that lead all the way up to the top, and a waterfall that pours down over the edge to a mist-shrouded village far below.
Mate, did you call this fire sap?
Yes,
Interesting.
Did John also get fire sap?
he did.
Yeah,
Is
all the
it-
cool kids were doing it, so John
Is
had
it
to.
sticky?
It is sticky and it burns,
Oh.
but not like enough to deal any damage to you, Asena. Just it's hot to the touch.
Oh.
John takes out some receptacles
Bloop, bloop.
and offers one to Asena to collect her sap.
She's gonna hold the sap out to you.
John retrieves the sap and puts it in the container. Now, is this the kind of sap like from like a pine tree, where like this is like even after we get most of it off of us, it's still clinging to us, or is this like very okay? Cool, good.
It very much combines the properties of dragon's blood and tree sap.
Nice. Okay. Very
So
cool.
how come the tree was nice to you? Not nice to me.
What? The tree was nice to you. It said hello.
It breathed fire on me.
That's how fire trees say hello in Draconic.
Oh.
John bullshits.
How come yours didn't say hello?
Because I asked it first.
It said you like served a queen or something.
Yep, that's accurate.
Jisha
What is-
and Gastone
what
are
does that
literally
mean?
standing there.
You know, we all serve a queen in one way or another. Have we not talked about this, by the way? It's been a very crazy set of days, weeks, etc.
Are you lying again, John Carmichael?
This is not a lie. I'm literally trying to recollect. I thought we talked about this. Did we not have a conversation about this?
About a queen?
This is Matt talking now.
Oh,
I thought we discussed this on the ride home in the last 2 weeks we were traveling in Pyrespace. Did John not talk about that with the other two? Did we breeze over John's infernal pact with a
You might have.
with a
You might
fiendish
have.
queen?
You might have.
yeah. I actually don't think it came up.
Okay, well, just me to you, John absolutely would have brought that up in the 2 weeks we were on a boat heading back home. But
Mhm.
considering we didn't do that on air, could we talk about this some other time? John is now saying in Draconic to Asena. Also, why aren't we doing the head thing in the brain thing?
Because I don't have my Go XLR.
You're what?
Valid.
But just kidding. Well, I don't know. I thought we were talking.
Hey, you're
we
speaking
could talk in
Draconic.
Draconic.
That's
I
super
thought we
cool, by the
were.
way.
Oh yeah, I
Meanwhile-
learned a new thing.
For these two, again,
I'm gonna turn over to Jisha and just be like, "Hey, I know you said don't touch the rocks, but can I touch other shit?"
As long as it's not that tree, sure.
I'm not interested in going near that tree anymore. Don't worry.
Yeah, me either.
Mm-hmm. Where should we go next?
Well, that's a great question.
It'd be even greater if you could answer it, because we're kind of out of our element.
Yeah, I think we have a lot to talk about. Let's drag. At this point, are the people like that we knocked out? Are they conscious?
we can have them awaken and flee in a scrambling, smoldering, running wildly out of the scene if you'd like.
Well,
Would be so
except for
Would be
the
nice.
two that died.
Yeah, except for the two who died, the rest of them are just going to go ahead and vacate the premises.
Are they gonna
But
take
they're
their
not
buddy
going to
with them?
take their dead brethren. What the
Yeah, I was gonna say
They don't. They dip.
dishonorable?
Do we like feed them to the tree? Is that how this works?
No. Okay, hold on.
Whoa.
Well, they're gone. That was the problem. Let's grab. They're not getting up. Why are these two not getting up?
They've been Asena'd, it appears.
I
What does
hit
that
him too
mean?
hard.
Oh, so they're just really unconscious.
Yes. Oh, yes. They're going to be unconscious for a long time. Forever, you might say. The sleep that never ends.
You-
Okay.
You told me you wanted brute force.
Let's talk about that later. Let's grab them and get off the mountain. Is that okay?
Hey, actually, real quick, Asena, did you want to see if maybe they are a little more talkative in this state?
True.
I mean, what do we want to know?
Well, first of all, anything. They didn't give us anything aside from pointing at the stones, and apparently they had a boss or something.
They did have a boss. Their boss's name is Orvi.
Where's
Oh.
Orvi?
I sent him through a portal because he wouldn't leave the stones alone.
That's right.
And
You can
that's
do
when we
portal
got
magic.
here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you do that? And John kind of rushes up over to Jisha. Is this a magical force that you use as an item that you have? How do you go about doing this? That's pretty amazing.
I don't know. I kind of just move my fingers around and I create a portal.
Oh, so you're more like a sorcerer. Okay, you don't really know what you're doing. You just kind of have an innate gift. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I don't really know what I'm doing. No.
Okay.
Do any of us
okay.
really?
Good point.
No, I don't think we do. No, that's a good point.
Okay, so this Orvi, where did you send them? And can you bring them back? Do you want to bring them back?
DM, can I actually bring them back?
Good question. I will consult the rule book. But anyways, the place that you sent him is the woods.
Oh, that's right. So I may or may not have sent him to another part of this world, called the woods.
Oh.
Okay. That doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, I like woods. Forests are kind of my thing.
You guys aren't from here. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
Where we're from, the woods is a nice place that you go walking and camping. There's trails, and sometimes you can pick up different various fruits and nuts that might have fallen on the ground. There could be, the errant bear every now and then. That's kind of, challenging. But for the most part, depending on where you are, I wouldn't want to be lost in them. Let me clarify that. If you're lost in the woods, that's not so great. If you go to a cabin in the woods, that's even worse. But if you're just taking a stroll through the woods, that's not too big of a deal.
You wouldn't get lost in the woods with me, John.
Actually, yeah, no, that would be. We really should take a picnic or a trek. We're always running around, going from one place to the other, one dangerous situation to the next. We haven't even had a moment to just relax.
I know.
Maybe this woods business would be a good idea. We can
Maybe
go to the
we
woods,
go to the woods.
find Dorvy, and
No.
then just have a picnic.
No.
No, not here.
No.
What are your woods
No.
like?
Well, I really don't know where you guys are from, but here we have spirits. We have
Okay.
blossom spirits. They like to travel through the woods,
That sounds pretty.
and
Spirit.
they are very strong, very terrifying.
Oh,
And they are here to protect us and the world that we live in. You
They're
don't want to
strong.
go into the woods if you don't have to.
wait a minute. They're strong but terrifying protectors that won't let you go in the woods.
Well, they don't want you to do things to the woods that would harm it.
Oh, okay. I see what this is.
Mhm.
This used to be a really crazy, technologically advanced place that got reclaimed by nature, isn't it?
What?
Well-
Yeah, I've watched this one before. I know what this is all about.
Yeah, that would be correct. How did you know that?
Because I've seen at least like 3 of these. I mean, I didn't, watch the whole thing, but I mean, you get most of the way there through a nature reclaims itself, situation, and you kind of just go, okay, yeah, this one's cool, but you move on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he has that
Sure.
effect on a lot of people.
Sorry, I do this thing where I talk about where I come from. Where I come from, we don't really have. Magic is real, but not most people don't know that. Things go bump in the night, but for the most part, people think it's just on TV. not a whole lot of really cool stuff where I come from. So we mostly just envision, make up stories, and have a lot of cool.
Oh,
I call them shows. Like it's like gosh, I don't know what kind of world this is. I don't want to make any assumptions, but effectively we just do a lot of storytelling like all the time, and people get super into that. And I was really into that before I got lost in the multiverse. And so I make a lot of references pretty much wherever I go. That's kind of how I cope with things. I kind of compare it to where I've been, and that's kind of how I process it. But for the most part, people get pretty lost because obviously not everywhere else has this kind of stuff. So I'm just kind of making a lot of references that no one else really gets. You can ask these two. It's great. They love it.
right. I think you said a lot of words in there that I didn't understand, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Well, excellent. Hey, why don't we grab these two, get off your sacred mountain, and we'll interrogate them. Well, Asena will interrogate them, and we'll figure out what to do about this woods business. Actually, do you even want to rescue Orvi? These guys were attacking you, and he was their boss.
Not really. There there's a lot to explain here. I think we should just get off the mountain. Let's grab these two and I'll take you to our village mystic. She would know what to do.
Okay, perfect. Is there food with this village mystic? Because that would be amazing.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. We'll see what we can do.
And on that note,
Okay.
as our heroes prepare to make their way down the sacred mountain, they discover that Orvi left behind 2 of the discs that he flung
Oh,
at Jisha at the beginning of the battle, thanks to 2 treasures from our chat.
hey.
2 golden discs with square holes in the middle of a magical nature, left behind amongst the hellmell left by the Gilded Goons in their departure. And when we return to Yokai Blossom, our heroes will unite with the Botan Mystic. Jisha can try to figure out what the heck these strangers are doing in her universe, and the story will continue. Don't go anywhere, folks. Coriander Society will be right back.